everybody, and welcome back. Well, update on Isaac Joshua from my fetal echocardiogram that I had yesterday on Monday. So, got up there. I was extremely nervous, and I was like, oh, I don't know what the whole appointment's going to entail. So, first thing I rattled off is, okay, just so you know, I have white coat syndrome. And they're like, honey, we're not here for blood pressure and all that. We're here for him. And they're like, okay, do you know why you are here? And I said, yes. It's because he's being very ornery and will not allow down here at my local office to get his heart pictures. And they're like, okay, just want to make sure that you knew that it wasn't because they're detecting an issue, that it's just because we need these pictures. And I said, yeah, he's a very feisty little boy. He tends to move around a lot and fight. I said he even showed him the talk to the hand when they were trying to get the pictures. I mean, we have a perfect picture of his hand. So perfect that you can almost count the fingerprints. So anyway, she's like, oh, okay. So they had me sit in that recliner looking thing, and they laid me back and exposed my belly and put the very warm gel on there. And I was relaxed. And they're like, okay, well, let's see where he's at. And they got the little probe thing, or the scanner thing. And they're like, oh, there's his head. There's his arms. They're scanning over. And he was laying broadside. Like, here's his feet. Here's his, torso. Here's his head and his little arms. He had his arms up like this, up around his face. And he was just laying there perfectly. They took the little wand and they're like, oh, there's his heart. His heart rate was in the 140s. And they got, the ultrasound tech, she's like, oh, he's, right there. And they got the pictures. And then he decided that he was going to roll over toward his back. And they're like, oh, he rolled over. I'm like, oh. And I'm laying there praying. I'm like, Lord, please let this little boy just behave. Please let him behave and let him get all the pictures. He rolled back broadside to them. And after about 5 minutes, they go, okay, you're done. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you're done. And I said, well, the paperwork said it was supposed to take like 45 minutes. And they're like, oh, honey, we budget out 45 minutes in case we have trouble. But no, we got all the pictures. I was like, okay. And the fetal cardiologist, she goes, we're going to go back to the room and we're going to discuss what I saw. And I was like, okay. And she goes, honey, it's fine. Everything is fine. He's beautiful. He's perfect. I'm like, thank you, Lord. We got over to the room and my mom was sitting there and she's like, this is the first time he has ever held that still at an appointment ever. And about that time, he started waking up and started moving around. And we were discussing it with the cardiologist, and she goes, well, sometimes when you drink caffeine and then go to a doctor's appointment, that can really affect him. And I said, ma'am, I get up at 3:30 in the morning every day. And my appointments are usually between 8 and 10 o'clock in the morning, which is when I'm up, we're getting ready for lunch at work. And, I'm hustling and bustling around, and he's hustling and bustling around down there. And she goes, maybe you ought to talk to your OB and your high-risk specialist about putting your appointments in the afternoon. If they're going to do ultrasounds and he behaved this well at this ultrasound, maybe that might be a good thing. She goes, because he just laid there perfectly still, all except when he rolled over, but then he rolled right back over in like 5 seconds. And we got everything we needed. Perfect. And she said there are no heart defects at all whatsoever, which, we were checking for that, but there was nothing detected at your high-risk doctor's appointment. It was just we needed to get the pictures to verify their findings, and he was just not cooperating with that. And she's like, he's perfect. His little heart is just perfect, and it's just in there beating like a drum, like it should be. Everything's lub-dubbing like it should be. It's perfect. And I knew in my heart going into this pregnancy that everything was going to be fine. That, God's got this. I've got this. Isaac's going to turn out to be one of the most wonderful, beautifully made little boys in the entire history of the world. Because he's a precious gift from God. That's just how I feel. And, he's my kid. I'm a little bit, favoritism there. But, everything's turned out perfect. I'm supposed to have gestational diabetes. No. My blood pressure, I'm supposed to be prime candidate for preeclampsia. At home, my blood pressure is perfectly fine. I have white coat syndrome. I'm going to the doctor. I'm mentally just going, drives my blood pressure up. I have anxiety over going to the doctor, but at home, my numbers are fine. I'm supposed to have all X, Y, and Z, all these problems, but every time they test me for something, it comes back perfectly fine. So I can't help but have faith that as I'm 27 weeks today. As of today, I'm 27 weeks. We are in the 3rd trimester. I cannot help but have faith that the remainder of this pregnancy, it may not always be easy, but the final result is going to be a precious little baby boy who is perfectly made. Perfectly made. Now, I might have a long torso and short legs, but guess what? Everybody else in the family has a long torso and short legs, so he's going to fit right in. So, on Friday, on March 1st, I have a doctor's appointment with my regular OB. And then again on Monday, I go to the high-risk doctor just to follow up and verify everything that went on with my fetal echocardiogram. I'm actually going to talk to them and see if we can't start moving my appointments to later on in the day. Because if they're going to do more ultrasounds, which they are planning on doing since I am elevated risk, because I am a advanced aged maternal figure, or as the old school used to call it, I'm a geriatric pregnancy. They're gonna want to do some extra scans. They're gonna want to make sure that everything's going perfectly smooth. So I'm going to talk to them about moving it into the afternoon and see if he cooperates a lot better, because guess what? Around 2:00 is about his nap time. I'm actually filming this right around 2:00 on Tuesday afternoon, and he is calm as can be. All morning long, he was fighting tooth and nail. But this is about the time when I'm relaxed. I'm at home. I'm in my own little zone. So he's kind of calmed down, chillaxing, behaving. So anyway, that's the update. I'm not sure if I'm going to have another video on Friday for that update, but I will have an update video by Tuesday on my doctor's appointments. I'm planning on having a couple, at least one, maybe 2 more videos this week. Just depends upon how things are going, because I am extremely tired. It was very stressful yesterday. Mama's anxiety was up just because I don't like going to St. Louis. I'm a rural country girl, so not used to that big city riding or driving. But anyway, that's how it goes. You all are beautiful or handsome just the way you are. And I will tell you all this to your mamas. Your mama knows that you are beautiful, handsome, precious, and perfect just the way you are. I care for you guys. That's why I try to keep you up to date on what's going on with Isaac in my pregnancy journey. I know we were on a weight loss journey last year at this time, but this is a little different situation. I don't need to be losing weight while trying to grow a baby. That would be a bad deal. But I care for you guys. That's why you're along on this journey. All right? You're not alone. You're never alone, guys. Never, ever, 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 ever alone. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And one last thing, guys. Love ya!